Hey people, AZ's Army here, and I'm back with a quick tutorial slash tips and hints around the early stages of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's just going to be about a 20-minute video today, just talking through just this tutorial part of the game and some of the things that I've picked up combat-wise. So I am going to be cutting through trailers, and also we're just going to take it up to the Scorpion Sentinel boss and then leave it at that. So with that out of the way, the first thing I want to do is actually go into the settings, and that's why I've started from this point, because this is the first point that you have access to your settings. So just quickly go into options. So first things first, you have your battle settings. And normally if you want to carry out commands, then you press X and select from the menu. However, if you hold L1, you can quick key abilities and spells. So I'm just going to quickly put a spell on for Cloud. His potion and everything else is fine for now. Also just wanted to quickly mention as well that, because it doesn't really explain this to you, at least early on, you might find the action slightly close for you in terms of being able to see the enemies and what's going on around you. I think I became aware of this watching someone else's video. You can actually distance the camera a bit further out from you, which is pretty cool that they let you do that. So I'm just going to put that out a bit just so I can see what's going on around me. Okay, and let's get to it. So, as any RPG, just going to quickly look around, and like the original Final Fantasy, you can break your surroundings. Just picked up a couple of grenades there. I'm just going to be holding R1 throughout this. You can use this or R2 just to sprint, but I think it tells you that later in the demo. So we're just going to take advantage of our knowledge of this straight away. What I would say as well with the demo is you definitely want to play it more than once, because the first time may be a bit of a struggle for you, just in terms of getting used to the combat. But yeah, let's get into the first battle here then, to just teach you about locking on. So any enemy like this, you can see that the dog here is pretty hard to damage initially, but as soon as we use magic, you can see I can use my quick ability by holding R1 there. Yeah, as soon as you use magic, it seems to stagger any enemies like that. So like dogs or some of the bigger enemies you come across. And what you can also do is go into Punisher mode here and just block, and that seems to quickly get your stagger up as well on the enemy, as well as my ATB gauge is already full. There we go. Now we quickly dispatched him. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware from now, using your triangle button seems to really really help out with increasing your ATB gauge, and that counts for both, well, from what we've seen and obviously what we've played, for both Cloud and Barrett. So obviously with Cloud it just switches at your stance, so you can't roll and you would walk a lot slower. With Barrett you do get to do like quite a powerful attack, but it also increases your ATB gauge. Something else important here is, I hope they balance this out a little bit, but Cloud is quite squishy in the demo, so if you need to heal up, try and do it outside of battle if you can, because in battle it will use your ATB cost, so if you can get your healing going just beforehand, or in between combat rather,
Not so fast.
then at least then you're not having to use ATB charges then. So I'm just going to give us that. I'm just going to give us another tutorial. I think that's the... Come on, doggy. Let's get him staggered. Okay, where's the braver? Okie doke. Cool.
Let's go.
Make sure we search around. Get everything. No, there wasn't anything in there. Search for the roll. Yeah, what I was about to mention as well there is, so you've got two options. So you're with square, so you can either tap it, or you can hold it down. Tapping it will just hit one enemy. If you hold it down, then it will actually hit the multiple enemies around you. So that's pretty handy to know. So we're now in the reactor.
In 3, 2, damn, I'm good.
And we're just going to get stuck in this room. There's a bit of a cutscene. This is where it first tells you about the punishing mode, but these guys don't really tend to do many physical attacks, so I find just using the hold for square is probably the best thing to do here. Oh, I thought that was them taking it out. There we go.
Let's go.
Any items in here? I don't think there is.
Let's move.
Right, again, let's just quickly take advantage of the time we're not in battle and heal Cloud.
It's a good thing I know someone.
We know you know someone, Jesse.
I got this place covered.
Right, we're just about to get access to Barrett now, I think, for the first time. And I think he's going to go on a long rant before that happens, so let's skip past this. Yeah, something I would recommend as well as a second playthrough is trying the two separate modes. So we're in the normal mode, which is active combat, and then the classic is more like the old Final Fantasy. Unlike the old Final Fantasy, you won't just stay still while you're waiting for ATB gauge. You will do some sort of small damage to the enemies, but then if that's your ATB gauge charges, that's when you'll be able to do your main attacks. So I would recommend trying that too, just to see what suits you. Because this can be a bit hectic, as you'll see now, because we're about to start switching between characters. So yeah, this is the first time we've got access to Barrett, and we're going to use his charge attack, and that, as you've seen, it really boosts up his gauge. So we're going to just take a shot. Okay. And then you can also charge up Barrett's charge attack. I just tap in triangle in advance, and then it's just showing you about switching characters again. Something I wanted to touch on there as well is it tells you there about switching characters, but what it doesn't tell you, which is very important, is how that affects your ATB bar. So basically, you'll probably notice this as you go through, but the character you're playing as, their ATB gauge will fill a lot faster. And that's just not using that's not just using your triangle moves like your Punisher and your charge attack. Just in general, your ATB bar will go up faster, and that's why it's very important to keep switching out your characters, just so you can keep using the abilities that you're going to need to use one too early at the right time. Come on. Okay. Mako shard. I don't think I picked one of those up yet in the playthrough. So yeah, I'll show that off now more in this next battle, where I switch back and forth, because this is again another bigger enemy, so magic is important, and obviously Barrett has got access to thunder, which will be quite important here. Healing wise we're okay. There's a chest at the back here we're going to grab hold of. Just put Barrett's thunder on, like Cloud's got his fire on, so we can quickly swap. So yeah, you can either, so as I said, switching characters, that's going to let you control and get your ATB bar up quicker. If it's just a case of just wanting to use an ability, then you can just use the bump move.
That should give us an opening.
Right, let's use your charge attack, get your ATB gauge up.
Hey, it's not moving.
Let's pin it down. Give it all you got.
So yeah, just using magic repeatedly. We're just gonna.
It just had to get back up.
Can we knock it down again? No time to complain.
They should stagger him now. There we go. So as you see there, I don't know, like I said, if you've played this already the first time against this guy, it might have been a bit tricky, but just literally switching back and forth. And using the abilities and magic is just so much quicker against this guy. Let's go in there with a braver now. He's down. There we go. I was going to quickly use Barrett's ability, but we didn't have time.
What are you? 20 something?
First. Huh? Soldier of first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
Nope.
What the hell are you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. No, for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as a man. Guess that make you a 1-year-old.
We're nearly there.
Live and learn.
As you can see, we are flying through this. We are going to have to make sure we fully heal up as well before this battle starts. Make sure we take out, because I think there's a couple of groups of enemies on the way.
Scared, huh?
More like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
Heads up,
Phoenix
boys.
down.
Hands in sight. We'll leave the rest in your good luck.
Yeah, the items in those crates do seem very random, so I just got a movable medal there. I got one the first time, but the second time I played the demo, I didn't get one at all.
Here it comes. Brace yourself. Take the lead.
All right, watch and learn.
Right,
See ya.
let's get this guy down. There we go.
No time to celebrate.
Sure there is.
Yeah, that
We see right
I
down
just will let you show you.
to the planet's core.
No, I won't.
No. The pump.
So see that diving ability there, focus thrust. Apparently that is only available to to this sword. So that's a decision that people will have to make further into the game, whether they want to keep a certain weapon, because the weapons do level up as well. Yeah, whether you want to keep a weapon just based on the abilities that it has available to you. So that's also going to be an option. But yeah, Braver's braver. So Cloud will always be able to use that. Right, there we go. We don't need any magic because we've got plenty of ethers. If we need to change, if we need to heal up our magic, we will, because as you saw with the last enemy, the last big enemy anyway, that is very important. Just making sure you're keeping up your pressure with the magic to get the enemy staggered.
Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
It's got reinforced armor plating, but the internals
That's
can be
definitely an
overloaded.
attack you want to
Lightning
watch out
magic.
for in terms of
No other option.
it gives you sort of like that circle around him that is potentially avoidable.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thunder on him.
Hell yeah! You see the damage I did?
Keep it up. Hang back.
Keep the magic going.
The hell is that?
A barrier? Never seen this defense
These
system
switch
before.
back to Cloud.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
Let's quickly use a potion.
Let's go.
What we'll also do is we picked up those grenades, so let's quickly use a grenade on the
Deal
field
with that.
generator. And we're also going to use thunder.
Or go down in flames.
Unfortunately that was cut out there by the
This thing's gonna... Got anything you want to say? Funny way to ask for help.
right, we need to make sure we heal Cloud. As I mentioned earlier, he's pretty delicate.
Hell yeah, baby!
Now's our chance. Give it everything you've got.
I wanted to show you that you can get through this battle pretty quickly, but not at the kind of expensive.
Firing one off! You keep going. If I heal up, you got this!
Pressure on the magic.
Another barrier?
Right, let's what do we have over here? That. Let's try and get around the back of him, but he's been a bit difficult here for us by seeing where he is. Right, we want to give
Focus and find a way.
Bout an ether.
Take the lead.
That also needs to heal ASAP here.
We gonna let this thing keep pushing
Right,
us
is that
around?
side of that
I
one?
don't think so.
Come on, Cloud. Steel skin twice in a row then instead of
Hang back.
that's it. We're getting him down now. He's gonna start going a bit crazy. Now we're probably pressuring him.
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
So, what do we do?
Don't
Should
get
we back
hit.
in cover here?
Take cover behind that debris. Now.
Barrett as well here.
Strikes out before it fires again.
Oh, not quite. Right, we're going to use Cloud to heal Barrett, and then we're going to use Barrett to thunder him. Charge. Good stuff again. Sure we can hit him here with lightning.
Keep going. If I heal up. Hey, it's doing that thing again.
Find cover and hunker down.
Again and again and again.
Right, let's use overcharge.
Get in there and do
We
some
haven't got
damage.
enough. Right, no, we haven't quite got our limit break yet. I thought we'd had that now. Right, we've nearly knocked him down, so.
Oh, hell. What's it doing now?
An auto repair unit. Damn it. We gotta take it out quick or we're screwed.
Oh, I am way ahead of you, Bert.
Right, we've got our limit break.
I'll end this.
So let's quickly Barrett, Thunder,
When I get my chance, I'm gonna blow
Thunder
this
twice,
house to the
and
hell
then I'll
out.
switch to Cloud now.
You're out of luck.
Oh, nice. Right, okay. So, as you can see during that battle there, it's very important to keep the party healed up. You can see the ranged attacks where you get the enemies creating that circle around them or jumping. Try and avoid those where possible, and obviously the tail laser is very obvious. But yeah, just keep switching back and forth. Kept making sure that we were healed up and we were using our abilities and our magic especially. You see the Thunder there was popping up with a little weakness above the numbers. And then that was pretty cool where we got to finish him off with a limit break.
You hear that?
Didn't lose
Damn
anyone in the
thing showed
party
you
as
how
well,
it's
which is
done.
good.
Come on, we've gotta move.
So yeah, that's gonna end it there for me from this little tips and hints walkthrough. Any other suggestions you have for people, then be sure to drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you did, and be sure to subscribe. And thanks.